Hello everyone and welcome into another video. Today we're doing something a bit different. We're going to be doing a deep dive into the music that accompanies Area Zero in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. If you are new, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and comment your thoughts of this theme down below. I'm really nervous as to how this video is going to perform compared to my other ones. So if you do enjoy it, please, please, please let me know in any way that you can. Let's get started. Okay, so my plan is to wander around in my game of Pokemon Violet and show you Area Zero whilst we listen to the theme. But I just want to quickly mention how gorgeous this is. Like, this is beautiful. Anyway, let's start off the theme. I'm specifically playing it off of YouTube so I can pause and talk about each moment and rewind and have fun. I love this start. Let's pause already. Let's have a wander around just the area. I'll keep an eye out for shinies, don't worry. The first thing is the little like twinkly sounding start of this do 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 do, like this. We're gonna pause it before it kicks in. But I love that. It holds throughout the whole theme, and like you'll notice as it goes that the instruments that play that theme change based on the part of the theme it's in. So it always fits, it always works, and sometimes you might not even notice that it's there, but it is like so nice to listen to. I promise I'm keeping an eye out for shinies, don't worry. That could be some good clickbait, actually. I found a shiny during my video recording. That'll be cool. I'll try. But then this. That. We need to talk about that. What? I've made notes. One moment. I've made notes, okay? Like, I have notes. Like, I have notes on this stuff, okay? So, my notes about that bit right there, that 2 seconds. That 2 seconds, what have I said? I've noted down sudden, impactful, deep synth, which I mean this bit. That bit, okay? That, after the very slow, very like quiet little like do-do-do-do-do-do-do, to be suddenly hit by this like, bah! Like, well, it's... It's absolutely wild just how sudden and shocking that is when you first hear it. Like, it's so quiet. You don't really know what's going on. You're like, what is this place? This is really mysterious and really, like, it looks beautiful, but like, what the hell's going on here? And then suddenly you get hit with that. And you're like, oh, okay. This is this. Like, hearing this, the vocals here are so gorgeous. They make it feel very old, like very primal, which I guess is really good for Scarlet specifically. It's okay, before it gets into that bit, it's like, hey, an item. The vocals, I think, work really well to give it something that the game has never really had before. I mean, if it has, like, had a vocal like that, then please tell me in the comment section, because I genuinely cannot think of anything quite like it. It's absolutely gorgeous, though, I think. And I think it really works for the atmosphere of this area, because, like... Oh, hello. Giraffe Freak is ruining the moment here. Oh my god. That is a sight. Anyway, like, seeing this, like, that's the image right there, isn't it? This. We're going to get into that in just a second. But I think that the vocals really open up the area. Like, I mean, it looks like this gorgeous, never-ending world that you've kind of plummeted into, definitely. But it really feels like something... Oh, what have I said in my notes? I need my notes. I need to pause the game so nothing comes and kills me. What have I said about the vocals? Somehow I've not said a lot about the vocals in my notes, which kind of shocks me because that's like my favourite part. So how have I not said a lot about it? But it's hard to describe how well it just seems to work. Like, hold on. Like, it makes me feel like I am in another world. Like, it's otherworldly. This entire area of the game is otherworldly. There is no way to describe this apart from that word, otherworldly, which I've now said like 20 times. Stop, we're not there yet. And I think I really like the way that the bass, like the synthy bass and the vocals follow each other. If you listen, hold on. It's the way that the bass comes in first and then the vocal follows along, but then they wrap up together. You kind of heard it there a little bit. And it's the way you can hear the bass following where the vocal goes. Yeah, like that. It's gorgeous. I think it gives a real, like, deep, unsettling atmosphere, but at the same time makes it feel really fantastical and mystical, having, I'm gonna stop it before it gets to that bit again, but like a real different like high and low going so seamlessly together. And even though they're not doing the exact same thing, they follow each other really well. And I just think it creates this atmosphere that really makes you feel kind of fascinated but uneasy. And it's just, 10 out of 10. Let's move on. We'll finally talk about it. I have a note that literally just says drums. The drums. We'll start with the drums. Let's listen to it for the drums for a moment. Like, it's very open drumming. Like, it's very open drums. And I think the openness of the drums really makes it feel huge and very intimidating almost. Let's just take a wander around. I don't really know where I'm going. We'll follow the path that it wants us to follow. I am still looking for shinies, don't worry. But the drums just make it feel very open, very like too big for a small child like us. Like, the drums are the first thing to come in like the main section here. And they just make it, there's something about a real open drum compared to something kind of like really like short, sweet, like a little bit of snare and mostly hi-hat. This uses so much like bass. Like, imagine in an orchestra, there's like the timpani, which is just this absolutely huge drum. And if you bash it, if you just whack it, it's just a massive reverberating boom kind of sound. And I think it just works so well for this part of the game, considering that prior to this area, everything seems really happy, really upbeat, and like really cute, and really like, oh, look at this place, this is such a nice pretty like town or whatever. And then for the switch to something like this, it really makes you notice it. And oh, mwah, c'est magnifique. It's beautiful. But something else we need to talk about during this section is, obviously, I'm really annoyed, by the way. I need someone in the comment section to know what this instrument is called, because I have written down main melody on whatever that Asian instrument is. Because the main instrument that carries the melody once the drop hits, I can't remember what it's called, and it's really annoying me, so I need someone to tell me. But this instrument, once it kicks in, we'll take a walk while it kicks in. But it is absolutely gorgeous. It works perfectly. This. Like, ugh. Like, bruh. Wait, I should be walking, sorry. It's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Listen to it. It's gorgeous. Oh, I need to know what that is. And is that literally all I said about it? That is kind of all I said about it. Like, just, it's great. It just sounds fantastic. I need to know what the name of it is. And it just works so beautifully because it's very, like, Eastern Asian inspired, which is funny because obviously this game is based in Spain kind of region. So to have something like that was like, oh, and then obviously you see like the 4 legendaries and you're like, oh, they are like East Asian inspired. What is this like East Asian style in a Spanish Pokemon game? Like, who knows? But either way, it's absolutely gorgeous and it just works so well. Again, I think this theme is all about the openness. It really feels so much larger than you in a way. Like, this is all so much bigger than fighting a gym or taking down a Team Starbase, you know? Like, phenomenal. Now we're going to take a wander into the cave, into the depths of Area 0, because something I want to talk about while I let the theme continue is how it feels like the theme changes based on the area that you are in, even though it doesn't. Like, it's wild, okay? Like, if I just start wandering down here into the cave, like, how is it that it just feels different in here? You know what I mean? I don't know how they do it, but somehow it just feels different in here compared to what it was out in, like, the big open space. Being in this absolutely insane cave, this view feels so much different. I'm about to get attacked. But, like, this view, and with that going on, just feels so much different to what it was on the top. On the top, it felt more open, more freeing, more like some fantastical world that you could just kind of be a part of and enjoy with like no repercussions. Everything was just amazing and gorgeous and it was yours to explore to your heart's content. But then down here, you suddenly feel like you are in a place that you should not be. And I think the theme really lends itself to that. Like if we go back just a little bit. Let's go here. We're looking at this area. Suddenly I feel like I shouldn't be here. Yet it is still beautiful and fantastical and everything that I've ever wanted, honestly, in like a Pokemon game. It's absolutely breathtaking down here, but it still feels like I shouldn't be here. And then there's this little change. This little change right here, I love. Because this is where it starts to sound more like Pokemon Violet compared to Pokemon Scarlet. Obviously, Scarlet being based on, like, the past, and obviously the Paradox Pokemon you would see down here would be all Great Tusk, Fluttermane, my baby, and Screamtails, and Slitherwings, and everything like that. It's like, the start of the theme... Say, I'm gonna do this just in case anything comes to attack me. Like the start of the theme, this bit here feels more primal, feels more Koraidon than Miraidon. And when I first heard it, I was like, huh, this is real Scarlety. There is an Iron Trez right behind me. Oh my god, I'm about to get attacked. This all feels very ancient, very old, very Scarlet. But then once it actually gets to this bit, suddenly the synths start really pushing themselves forward and it starts to get a lot more like futuristic, and they do a really good job of such a subtle transition from that ancient mysterious feeling to a futuristic scared kind of vibe. Like this bit is like chilling. This bit is like, oh, I really shouldn't be involved in this. This is kind of terrifying and I am stressed, you know, like, and I think they do a really good job of blending it so seamlessly. Oh, that bit. Wait, I have to talk about that. I know that was technically just the loop, right? That's just the loop. But that loop, I have a note on it. Hang on. I have a note about that loop. Okay. Where did I put a note about that loop? What was... Oh, hello. This is fun, playing the game like whilst recording a video. Literally anything can happen and I'm like, oh, hi, how you doing? What did I say about the loop? Oh yeah, that's it. The sudden drop. The way everything drops because it's about to do the loop. In any other music would just kind of be like, and cut and loop. Like it just kind of starts again. Whereas this feels different. Like, I don't know, because it is the same thing. It is just cutting out and starting again. But the way they wrap it up so quickly and so unexpectedly, like, at this point, you don't expect that it's about to just stop. And then it does. And the stopping of it kind of, I think I described it in my notes. Like, you feel like you're free falling and then suddenly you are just caught and you are stopped. And you catch your breath and you're like, whoa. Like, that's the feeling I get. Let's listen to it again. I won't say anything. And tell me if you feel that. Like, you're free falling and suddenly you just stop. And your breath just kind of catches and you're like, whoa. Like, tell me. And then it's just gone and it just stops. And we're back to the start. And somehow being in this cave, it sounds creepier. And it sounds more filled with dread than filled with wonder, which I love. Like, bruh. The change. See what I mean? Like, the atmosphere of it, it's just... It's phenomenal! It's everything. I feel like I've kind of gone over, like, most of the stuff that I want to say. I mean, I think that the theme itself flows so beautifully. Like, I'm saying like a lot, my apologies. There is no split sections for me. It all just kind of becomes one, and there is no real break between sections of it. Like, this section is different to the starting section, and it's different to the next more futuristic section, yet somehow I couldn't separate them. I couldn't tell you, like, the separate bits. All of it just flows together so well and makes it all feel like one absolutely huge cinematic mastery. Like, this is fantastic. I'm just so in awe. This is brilliant. I would expect to hear this theme in like a film, but instead it's here in a Pokemon game, and the world should be very jealous of us Pokemon players, I think, because, like, wow. I think for the most part that is kind of everything I want to say, so let's just jump right on down here. Let's just go wrap up this video in front of the lab, shall we? Let's just go wrap up right here. Right where it all kicks off. Like, I think that's pretty much it. Also, I said in front of the lab, I'm now in the lab. Let's just leave the lab. I feel like that's everything I need to say. So I'm going to turn it down so I can do my little outros. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my more, like, deep talk into Area Zero. I hope I covered, like, everything that you guys would want to hear from me. Thank you all so much. Tell me, what do you think of this, of Area Zero? What do you think of this theme? What do you think of just the game in general in terms of its music? Like, is there any other part of this game that you want me to do a real deep dive into? Or any other Pokemon games that have intense music similar to this that you think I could really sink my teeth into? I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, don't forget to say, like, hey, this is a cool video, because as I said, this is like my baby. And this is what gets me excited about my content, is talking about the music in a not too hard to understand kind of way. Like, I'm not using any super fancy, like, technical terms, because not everyone understands that. Whereas, like, I know a lot of people would, and you'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about, but sure. But yeah, Thanks for watching. I need to stop rambling. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.